Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Trust Fyru GXT USB premium microphone that's designed for streaming, and it has 4-in-1 design in that it has 4 different pickup patterns that include cardioid, stereo, bidirectional and omnidirectional. This is an unboxing video where I'll be showing off numerous features of this microphone and talking to you about the things that I like about it, as well as the recording quality, which you can hear now because I'm using the microphone for the voiceover for this video, so you can get an idea of what that's like. And it comes with a 48 kilohertz sample rate, which means you can get some fairly decent quality audio out of it. It also has a condenser styling and a built-in pop filter internally, so it does a really good job of capturing audio and does a very nice job of it too. It also has onboard zero latency headphone monitoring via a 3.5mm jack that you'll see when I show it off in a bit. And that allows you to get up to 96 kilohertz sample rate through that, so if you've got a high quality, high res pair of headphones, you can run that through the microphone, get that passed through and enjoy a good sound still. This is designed to be used by podcasters, vloggers, people like me that are doing voiceovers, streaming on YouTube, Twitch and whatever else as well, and for that reason they've included some RGB lighting in it that has LED lighting in 5 colours that's controlled via the microphone. There's no software necessary, so it's plug and play, which is pretty cool. The RGB lighting only allows for 5 different colours. It's blue, green, purple, yellow and white, and you'll see that later on in the video. First thing you'll notice is this large, chunky stand, and it's pretty hefty, and it's also adjustable in a couple of ways, but it also has a standard thread mount to allow you to mount it on a boom arm. And I'll do that later on and show you that. And here you can see the instructions that show you the different colours and the little setup, basically a very simple setup process. It comes with a braided USB-C connection, USB-C to USB-A, and that's a 1.8 meter cable. And it's worth noting that this is designed to work with PC and PS4 as well, so it's compatible with different devices. And you can see it's got this really nice heavy metal quality design to it, pretty chunky, and that has that ability to just extend one of the legs so you can put a tilt on it, put a slight angle on it when it's sitting on your desk, which is obviously ideal if you're using it in the cardioid function, which most people will be, where you want to send your voice into the front of the microphone, get it to capture that without picking up other things like background noise, sound of the fans on your PC, or whatever else is going on. And here you can see the microphone proper, a pretty sturdy looking, very dark, angry looking thing. It's actually very nicely designed though, very good build quality, nice weight and heft to it. It feels good in the hand. The dials perhaps on the front for the gain and the volume wheel for listening, headphone monitoring are perhaps a little bit more flimsy compared to the rest of it, but otherwise it's a pretty sturdy looking thing. It's worth noting that this wasn't brand new out of the box, someone else has already had it, so you can see that from the various scuff marks. It was sent for review purposes, but it still looks the part even after being used by someone else, actually, to be honest. And I've been pretty impressed with this. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now in place of my standard Yeti and Yeti Nano mics, and it does an equally good job at capturing the audio. The ability to adjust the gain on it on the fly is pretty handy. That means you can counter things like background noise and obviously turn it up. I have done some editing of previous voiceovers when I do it, because it does pick up a little bit of background noise if you set the gain too high, but otherwise it's very good. As I said, it has an internal pop filter as well, so it is designed to try and deal with most of the problems that you'll have in terms of pops and such from your voice. Here you can see it being mounted on the stand. As I said, hefty metal design to it, adjustable from that little wheel at the back, and then you can tilt it to certain angles. So you can see here a little bit of tilt on it. That same screw that you use underneath can then be used as a thread on a boom arm, and I'll show you it mounted on the compass boom arm from Blue Microphones at the end, because that's my go-to one and it's pretty hefty and awesome. Here you can see the adjustment process. It's pretty simple as just unscrewing it a little bit and letting it drop down, or pushing it back up when you want to. So it's not like feature rich in terms of what you can do with the stand, but it is fairly unusual. Most other microphones that I've seen, they don't really have much in terms of adjustment and positioning for where the microphone sits. You'll also note the rubberized feet on the bottom of that, so it'll hopefully absorb some of the desk sound that would otherwise be picked up by the mic if you're tapping away on a mechanical keyboard and such. I haven't really had a big issue with that. There isn't a shock mount in the same sort of way as some other microphones, but it does do a pretty good job, and if you mount it on a boom arm, you're not going to have a problem either. One of the things I said about was the RGB lighting. You'll see that in a second. You can see the gain wheel here and the mic monitoring wheel. You can adjust those. If you press the mic button in, you'll get a little light on top to let you know. So here's the mic lighting. You can see, just press that in and that is in mute now, so it goes red, and you can see that on the mode. Also note the little light on the front. You have 4 different lights, and those show you what the patterns are. So in the setup patterns and the recording patterns, you have cardioid, stereo, bidirectional and omnidirectional. For the cardioid, you have that one light at the front like this, but then if you switch between modes, you go into bidirectional, stereo and omnidirectional. And obviously when all lights are lit, that's omnidirectional, so it's capturing from every direction. Bidirectional is one at the front, one at the back. Stereo is one left, one right, and then all the way around again for omnidirectional, and you can just switch between those. So it's nice to be able to have those 4 capturing abilities really easily accessed when you need to. So if you want to do a podcast where you have people sitting around the microphone, for example, that's obviously a bonus to be able to do it that way. Or stereo, one on each side. But for most people, will probably be using it in cardioid mode. Here you can see it, as I said, mounted on the compass boom arm. Standard thread means it's really easy to install, and that boom arm is also wonderful. If you haven't seen it already, you can check it out. It's got a shock absorbing mount on it. Really sturdy design, and it looks even meaner now it's hanging there upside down and in close proximity. That obviously gets it off the desk, stops it picking up as much noise, gets it closer to your mouth without any faff. Now here you can see the ability to change the RGB lighting. There's a button underneath which has this little light symbol next to it, and it's simple enough. You just basically press that and you switch between the LED lighting. And I'll be honest, I don't really know why they included it. I suppose most gamers and people want some colour in their gaming equipment, and it's there as a thing. And if you've got it mounted, I suppose maybe you could people could see it in the stream. Maybe people will be able to see it in your stream, and they'll be able to take good ganders at that colour. But it isn't terribly bright. You see the colour changes on the mode button and on the pattern pickup lights. There's also a little bit of lighting that you'll spot in a second at the very edge and round the rear of the microphone. Just a subtle bit of hue on the inside, so there's nothing crazily over the top. And if you're buying a microphone just for the RGB lighting, you might be a bit disappointed with this. But why would you be? What you want is a really good capture quality, and that's what this microphone has. Hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting or hilarious. Be sure to subscribe and check out these other videos, as well as taking a look in the description for links and other information you might find useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see extra about this, and have a great life.